And we are back, everyone. We are back with our RIZE Racing League channel. Clearly, Twitch have decided to give us back our channel again after suspending us for a copyright infringement. No idea what that was about, but we are back nonetheless, and we are back to bring you some great racing content with our Division 2 drivers. We are showcasing Q3. It is the top 10 shootout here in qualifying. We were on board and still are on board with Roberts, the Haas driver, who was first out on track. Did have a little spin there while on his out lap. That does mean that the Aston Martin of RKA 25 will be the first driver to set a lap time. This guy has been on fire. Every race that he has raced in this league, he has won, and in most cases he has been on provisional pole or on pole position. So this is potentially another pole position for RKA 25. It is a hard track to do it in, but let's see what he can do as he makes his way down the pit straight with DRS. He's got that long right-hander, which can be absolutely treacherous in terms of tyre wear and tyre temperatures. And as expected, you can see the purple sector times there for RKA 25. He is the first driver setting a flying lap attempt in this session, so you will expect him to have those purple sectors as he makes his way through the track. The question is, will there be another driver on track who can beat the times that RKA 25 is setting? We'll find out soon. And down that back straight RKA 25 goes. He's got a nice long straight ahead of him there, and he's got his DRS assistance as well. And he's made his way through that hairpin very nicely indeed, with just one more corner to go. You see he did have to sort of fight with the steering wheel there a little bit as he crosses the line. Roberts crosses the line just after him there. He has invalidated his lap attempt, so he's going to need to go again. As iZombie crosses the line, and he is 3/10 slower than RKA 25. And Dirty Chewbacca, unbelievable lap from the Red Bull driver, 1:32.2. He is 4/10 quicker than RKA 25. That's an absolute surprise there, and it is fantastic to see someone fighting with the Aston Martin driver there. And RKA 25 is going to need to go again if he wants to snatch back that provisional pole. And we will see what he does. At the minute, he is up on his best time, so I imagine he will either use this lap as an opportunity to recharge his battery and then go again, or else maybe hop into the pits and then go again at a later stage during the session. But that is a fantastic starting lap for Dirty Chewbacca. And just looking at Kaz 420 here, who is about to cross the line. Kaz is equally a contender for that provisional pole position, and he snatches provisional pole off Dirty Chewbacca. It's a 1:32.1 for the AlphaTauri. It is a Honda 1-2 as it stands, with the sister team being on the top spot. So very, very nice indeed. We've just got two more drivers who are yet to set lap times. Just Tonner has invalidated his lap attempt and will need to have another go again. And Roberts is starting another flying lap attempt. It is potentially the second or third attempt here for the Haas driver to get a time on the board. But let's see what he can do this time around as he makes his way through that first corner, turn one. You can see he's wrestling a little bit there with the car, but he makes his way through sector 1 and into sector 2. Down the back straight with DRS assistance, Robert to go. Where can he put his Haas? It's 1:35.1. And we wait on just Tonner, who will be the last driver to hopefully set a lap time here. He's making his way into sectors 2. Where can he put his Alfa Romeo? And Just Tonner has set a purple sector 2 time. That's incredible from the Alfa Romeo driver. He's making his way into sector 3. What can he do? He absolutely navigates that right-hander brilliantly. Fantastic from the Alfa Romeo driver, as he now has DRS down the back straight there. Into the hairpin he goes. And it's final corner. Can he take provisional pole off CAS 420? He cannot. After a sensational sector 2 time, it is P5 for Just Tonner at 1:33.2. He has got time to find in sectors 1 and 2, and it does look like he is heading into another flying lap potentially. And iZombie heading out in another flying lap as well. He is currently in P4. This guy has the absolute potential to take provisional pole off CAS 420 or even improve his starting position from where he is currently. So let's see what the Alpine driver can do as he makes his way towards sector 2. He is not finding any time yet in sectors 1, but there is still time to be found in sectors 2 and 3. So let's see what he can do as he's making his way through sector 2. And he is still not finding that time. Can he find any more time in sector 3? This is a really hard corner to get right, but he is navigating it very well so far. He's got DRS assistance now. Our top 3 drivers all in the pit, and likely to be a Mexican standoff between these drivers, as RKA25 is the first driver to make his way out of the pits, and he is going to be gunning for that top spot. But can CAS 420, Dirty Chewbacca or any other driver on the grid do anything to stop him, as iZombie crosses the line and does not find any more time just yet? He does have time for another flying lap attempt, so is he going straight into another one? We shall find out. Does look like Tom Tarka's on a flying lap attempt here. His teammate didn't find any time in his last attempt, but can Tom Tarka find any time here? He has already found a marginal amount of time in sectors 1, but let's see what he can do in sectors 2 and 3. And now heading into sector 3, he has lost time in sector 2. That is really unfortunate for the Alpine driver, but he could still recoup some time here in sector 3. See what he can do. And no time found for Tom Tarker there. He remains in P8. Let's go on board with RK25, who is gunning for that pole position spot. Kaz 420 and Dirty Chewbacca have not made it to... it actually looks like they haven't even taken themselves out of the pits to fight for that provisional pole spot. RKA25 has found time in sectors 1, a marginal amount of time. Can he find time in sectors 2 and 3 to fight and take that pole position spot? He has found more time in sector 2, but he is going to need to find more time in sector 3 here if he wants to fight for pole position. He is heading down that pit straight, or the back straight. He's got DRS assistance here. Let's see what time he can get on the board as it stands. He is in P3. Can he finish this session in P1? Oh, he spins the rear end there. He keeps the car on track, but you can just see he lost the rear end so bad there. And he has just abandoned that attempt. It's an absolute disaster for RK25, who ends the session in the barriers. Unbelievable for the Aston Martin driver. And as we have it, it is Kaz 420 on pole position with Dirty Chewbacca in P2 and RKA25 in P3. What an exciting end to our qualifying session as we make our way into race very shortly. And we are back as Kaz 420 leads us away on the formation lap. You can see the weather has remained good to us so far in Shanghai. And we are set for 28 laps of pure entertainment here with RIZE Racing League. and it is set to be a good race. This is a really challenging circuit to get right. You've got drivers who are absolutely pushing the limits, and sometimes potentially going over those limits, because it is a really hard track to do well in here. Tire limits or tire temperatures are really hard to keep control of. You've got issues with tire degradation. I imagine we may see a few spins, potentially a couple of crashes, and that will no doubt lead to safety cars or virtual safety cars. So this will be very interesting race indeed, and strategy will absolutely play into this as well. You can see all drivers weaving from side to side, trying to get those tires into the optimum working window. Our front three, our top three drivers are on medium tires. iZombie on the soft tires. He's got a real opportunity to do something on those soft tires and put some pressure on the medium tire drivers at the start. Just Hunter on the medium tires, and he is got I Love Max Verstappen behind him for company, and from Max Verstappen down to Roberts in P10, those drivers are on the soft tires as well. So Just Hunter really is going to have to work hard in those opening stages to try and keep the likes of Max Verstappen and Count Dooku behind him, so that he can keep a hold of that P5 spot. And you can see the predicted pit stop strategy. It does look like it's going to be a two-stop strategy. So we'll see how that all plays out. We do have a couple of drivers who have opted for the hard tire start as well. So it'll just be interesting to see how we get on as Kaz420 takes his spot in his grid box. And the last driver crossing the final corner there, it's Thunderbuddy, who is opting for the soft tire start. He's making his way to his grid box. Ferrari will start in P20. As Kaz420 patiently waits for lights out. We're waiting for 5 red lights. And it is lights out, and away we go. That was a quick lights out there, as Kaz420 is slightly ahead of Dirty Chewbacca, and he leads into the corner. Dirty Chewbacca keeps P2 for now. iZombie up into P3, but he is under pressure from RKA25. But those soft tires are working fantastically for iZombie, who makes his way into P3 and now can start push for the P2 spot. He does have the inside line here on Dirty Chewbacca, and he is looking to get that move done, but Dirty Chewbacca gets a better exit out of the corner, and iZombie is back into P3. And you can see we do have a lot of drivers who have moved up and down there in the race start, but we have not lost any drivers just yet. We do have all 20 drivers, but we do have yellow flags out in sector 2 as iZombie is trying to keep that P3 spot and also put Dirty Chewbacca under some pressure. He has got those faster soft tires, but can he do anything here down the back straight? He is Dirty Chewbacca is creating a bit of a gap there. RKA25 is not close enough yet to get a move done. You would think that potentially these drivers would be getting a bit of slipstream or a bit of a tow down that back straight, but as it stands, no change just yet. We do have Thunderbuddy here is up 11 spaces. What a race start for him on those soft tires. It's unbelievable as Kaz420 sets the fastest lap time off the session. Thunderbuddy is making moves out here on the Ferrari. He pulls out alongside the Williams, and the Williams leads into the corner, but Thunderbuddy is looking to make a move around the outside like Eminem. And look at that, now he's got the inside line on the Williams, and that is Thunderbuddy up 12 places into P8. His teammate Count Dooku in P6. Can he overtake the Mercedes of Max Verstappen and do anything? Just looking at iZombie, he is still on the back of Dirty Chewbacca. It does look like he is closing that gap a little bit there. And this is one hell of a battle between these drivers already. And Thunderbuddy has got the move on Max Verstappen. And it is Ferrari in 6th and 7th at the minute. And you can see iZombie is a lot closer to Dirty Chewbacca this time around than he was last time. Can he get more of a slipstream? There is a yellow flag out. And it does appear to be the AlphaTauri of Boscombe Boy, I believe. Oh, look at this. iZombie getting a lot closer now, but just not close enough. RKA25 equally starting to put some pressure on iZombie, but the positions remain as is for now. Kaz 420 sets another fastest lap time off the session. And Just Honor has dropped down to P6 with Count Dooku overtaking the Alfa Romeo up into P5, and now Just Honor is in a Ferrari sandwich. He's under pressure from Thunderbuddy, who is on those soft tires, and Thunderbuddy pulls out alongside the Alfa Romeo. He cuts over the grass a little bit, and he overtakes Just Honor, and he is up into P6. That is Ferrari up into P5 and 6. Very nice indeed from these drivers. Now having a look at Hans, who has got Roberts for company. The Haas driver is in a Williams sandwich at the minute with Meke up in P9 and Hans in P11. Hans going a little bit wide there, but he is keeping back on that Haas. And RKA25 has got DRS, but so does iZombie, but RKA25 is gaining on the Alpine. He's trying to get a move and he breaks late, and he is getting a move into that corner. iZombie is really not letting up there, but RKA25 is up into P3 again. He takes back his position where he started, and it is back to business as usual for these drivers. For our top four, Count Dooku and Thunderbuddy are battling away. We have two battling Ferraris here. Let's just hope this doesn't turn into a sad episode for the Ferrari. They're in a very, very nice place at the minute. We don't want any incidents here between Thunderbuddy and Count Dooku, but as it stands, 5 and 6 for the Ferrari drivers, both drivers on the soft tires, and Just Honor is putting the pressure on them. And Hans and Robert are battling, but Roberts does lose his braking point there, and he goes massively wide off track, and that allows Hans up into P10, and it is Williams in 9 and 10 as it stands. Very nice indeed. And RKA25's got the move on Dirty Chewbacca, and RKA25 is making moves up the leaderboard here. We do have retirement. It is a safety car, full-blown safety car, as Boscombe Boy and Toddy Bear both retire around the same time. That is a safety car, and that safety car is going to play at a very nice time indeed for those guys who are on the soft tires. iZombie, Thunderbuddy and Count Dooku have been handed a really nice gift here, potentially for a perfect opportunity to pit under safety car conditions. We do have a drive-through penalty for SYM, who has received that penalty for speeding under safety car conditions, and you can see actually that Kaz 420, interestingly enough, has went into the pits, but RKA25 and Dirty Chewbacca have not. That is interesting indeed. And we also have iZombie, who is opting for a pit stop. What is interesting is that he has stuck on is that the hard tire. He's stuck on the hard tire, so he is wanting those hard tires potentially to go the distance. I don't think they will. I still think it's a two-stop strategy. Maybe he'll do a hard tire stint and then potentially finish on those on the softs. We'll see. But Thunderbuddy has opted for the medium tire there, so again, I would assume that he is going for that two-stop strategy, and he's getting a very cheap stop indeed under the safety car. So safety car is absolutely shaking things up. We can see RKA 25 now up into that top spot, as Kaz 420 concedes the top spot to take a pit stop and opt for the hard tires. If he can make those hard tires last the distance, I'll be seriously impressed, although I'm not convinced it can be done. RKA 25 and Dirty Chewbacca both opting for the medium tire start, now in a tricky position because it is really a bit too early for them to get into the pits and make their pit stop. So they're going to have to make those medium tires go a little bit longer, potentially hope for a virtual safety car or safety car in the later stages of this race, where they could pit. Count Dooku on the soft tires has not pitted. His teammate, however, did pit, so potentially he may pit this time around, although it will cost him a little bit of time, having waited another lap to pit. So let's see if the Ferrari does head into the pits there. I believe that iZombie is in a fantastic position, and equally Thunderbuddy as well. The question is, what's the right strategy? iZombie has opted for those hard tires, Thunderbuddy has opted for the medium tires, so we need to understand what is the right strategy there, and how will that play out in terms of the battle between the Alpine and the Ferrari. And you can see Count Dooku is pitting now for hard tires, but you can see, because he's waited that extra lap, that is costing him a bit more time, and you can see he has dropped down the pecking order quite significantly, but he can fight back, so let's see how he does. Let's have a look at the tyres again. So you can see the top four on medium tyres. They are on 5 lap old medium tyres. Kraken started the race on the hard tyres, and he remains on the hard tyres in the McLaren. Kaz 420 did pit for hard tyres, fresh hards, and he is in P6. And safety car remains with us for one more lap. Confirmation we need that safety car is coming in. You can see the safety car is flying ahead there, and RKA 25 weaving from side to side, getting plenty of temperature into those tires, and he is waiting for the optimum moment for him to just put the power on and get going. It does look like iZombie and SYM have had a little bit of an incident there. And SYM is dropping down. Not sure what is happening there as he rejoins the track. And RKA 25 gets us going across the line. Safety car is in, and RKA 25 is away. Oh, Kaz 420 looking to get a move on Kraken there. Kraken not giving up very easily on it. But we have to remember that Kaz 420 is on the fresher tyres, and he does get ahead of the McLaren and Kraken there. And iZombie is coming onto the back of Kraken. There is still a bit of a gap there. Drivers remain all bunched up, and we make our way through this banked right hand corner. It's tricky on the tyres. Kaz 420 making his way through there. And it does not look like we'll see any overtaking at this stage. As RKA 25 creates a 1.3 second gap to Dirty Chewbacca. Dirty Chewbacca in P2 still, and he just needs to keep ticking away there. Hans putting pressure on Just Honor. Just Honor does go wide there. That does allow the Williams driver to close the gap a little bit as they make their way towards turn 1. Just Honor under pressure from the Williams. The Williams under pressure from Kaz 420, who is trying to get a move on the inside, but Hans is not allowing that move, and Kaz 420 has to back off. Hans and Just Honor battling away, and this is not what Kaz 420 needs, because the more that these two battle away ahead of him, that is slowing down the AlphaTauri driver, and that is creating a bigger gap between Kaz 420 and the likes of Dirty Chewbacca and RKA 25, who will absolutely be trying to maximize that gap, while Kaz 420 remains behind the likes of Hans and Just Honor. Kaz 420 late braking. He is keeping close to the Williams. And DRS is enabled. Kaz 420 not getting DRS this time around, but he will get it down the back straight if he can keep this gap to the Williams. He sees a gap. He's getting closer. Oh, he can't make it. Hans is being very aggressive with his defending there, and he is not allowing that AlphaTauri past one bit. So Kaz 420 will need to go again. Just Honor's doing a fantastic job of holding off the Williams as well. And this is not what Kaz 420 would have wanted in this race, and this is holding him off massively. And you can see there is quite a big gap to P3 even, P2 even now. He's got some work to do to try and close that gap. Oh, look at this. Hans has left the door open for Kaz 420. Kaz 420 trying to get the move done around the corner, but he is not quick enough to get it done. But he will get DRS down the back straight here, but so does Hans. But it does look like the AlphaTauri is that little bit quicker, and he pulls alongside and he brakes late, and he's got the inside line, and he's got the overtake as Thunder Buddy and Kraken are battling away there as well. Kraken dropping down into P7 and Thunder Buddy up into P6. The Kaz 420's now got his sights on Just Honor. Just Honor a little bit too far away to get the move done at this stage, but he is still eyeing up an opportunity to get an overtake done at some stage. Can he make a move here? No, he can't. He's just too far away. And Max Verstappen makes a move on Roberts. Roberts fighting back. And Roberts does have the inside line, but it does look like Max Verstappen is a little bit ahead. But Roberts now pulls the lead back, and he has to go onto the grass there to avoid a little bit of contact as the Mercedes is fighting back. This is a fantastic battle between these two, and Max Verstappen concedes the place at this stage, but he will fight back and try and get the overtake on that Haas. And he is gaining down into the chicane. He does brake late there. And it is very close between these two drivers. And Kaz 420 does get the overtake on Just Hunter. Just Hunter on the outside now. Kaz 420 is up into P3, but can Just Hunter fight back down pit straight? He will get DRS assistance, but Kaz 420 is on those fresher tires now. And Thunderbuddy also on fresher tires than Just Hunter, and he's got DRS. He's closing that gap. Oh, he didn't expect Just Hunter to brake so suddenly or so soon into the corner, and there was a moment between those two drivers, and Thunderbuddy is getting the overtake, I think. And Thunderbuddy up into P4. Kaz 420 does have a bit of work to do to try and close that gap. You can see there's a 4.3 second gap to P2, and then there's a 3 second gap to RKA25, but we do have a safety car that will close the gap, and potentially this is the perfect window for RKA25 and Dirty Chewbacca to get their pit stops in. And it is Count Dooku that we have lost. Can't see where the Ferrari driver has retired, however. There he's there. It's weird, it says that he's retired, but he is still on track, and he pulls over to the side there. So not exactly sure what's happened to Count Dooku, but we say goodbye to the third driver. And let's see, does RKA25 hop into the pits? I think now would be the optimum time to do so, alongside Dirty Chewbacca as well. And there we have it, RKA25 into the pits. And Dirty Chewbacca joins him as well. And this is where Kaz 420 has a fantastic opportunity. That first little stint of the race wasn't really that kind to Kaz 420. He did pit early on for the hard tires, and he was then obviously stuck behind as a couple of cars ahead of him did battle. He did have that earlier pit stop that does bump him up to P1 now, but we just need to see what does RKA25 and Dirty Chewbacca do in terms of tires. You can see actually RKA25 has opted for the hard tires, so Kaz 420 is now on hard tires. He's got 6 laps on those hard tires, and RKA25 has got a fresh set of hard tires on, so there is a big difference there. Whenever one lap can degrade those tires quite a bit, 6 laps can make a massive difference in terms of how those tires perform. So RKA25 in P3 with fresh tires, and Kaz 420 and Rick both on hard tires with 6 laps on them. Dirty Chewbacca also opting for the hard tires as well, with obviously fresh tires, and he has a good opportunity here to try and make some moves. And safety car remains with us for one more lap. We're down to 16 drivers, and actually we do have the confirmation there that safety car is in this lap, so CAS 420 now has plenty of notice and good opportunity to bunch the pack up, or he can just kind of fly on if he wishes to do so. He sets the pace for the rest of the grid here in Sector 3 until we cross the finish line, and then it is racing again. So you can see he is allowing the safety car a bit of time to make its way into the pits. China is a bit of a hard track in terms of safety car restarts. It's hard to know when to get the gas on again and just head straight away again. So CAS 420 bunching the pack up. He's got to keep that pack bunched up. See, he's weaving from side to side there. Rick getting a bit eager with the throttle. He has to back off a little bit. CAS 420 gets us going. And we are racing again. RKA 25 pulls out alongside Rick. He is looking for that move. Rick leaves the door open, and RKA 25 says, "Thanks for letting me in." And he slots into P2. Now he's got his sights on CAS 420, who is 0.5 seconds ahead of him. Dirty Chewbacca on those fresh hard tires as well, is equally looking to close that gap and put a bit of pressure under Rick. See the difference that those fresh tires are making for RKA 25 as he is putting some pressure under CAS 420. RKA 25 alongside CAS 420, and he's got that overtake done ahead of the corner, but CAS 420 is braking late and he overshoots the corner, and RKA 25 is able to pull in, and CAS 420 spins out and he takes Rick with him. Rick into the barrier, and Dirty Chewbacca slots up into P2, iZombie into P3. That is absolute disaster for CAS 420. I know he didn't mean to do that to Rick, but he has absolutely ruined Rick's race as well, as CAS 420 and Rick drop down the pecking order, and CAS 420 takes another spin. Those tire temperatures must be absolutely through the roof. And he spins, gets that car facing the right way. Rick's heading into the pits alongside AMG Smithy. Absolute disaster for the AlphaTauri driver and the front runner in our Drivers' Championship as well. RKA 25 now has a 1.7 second gap to P2. Dirty Chewbacca is doing a fantastic job so far in that P2 spot, and iZombie in P3 as well. Kraken is up 10 places into P4. This is a fantastic race for him so far. Challenge is he is on soft tires, and there is still a number of laps to go, over 10 laps to go in this race, so he is going to need to pit again at another stage. But that is just unbelievable. What drama for CAS 420, as he is going to have to fight hard to get up the pecking order again. He really will need a safety car. He'll be praying for a safety car. As RKA 25 sets the fastest lap time of the session, Thunder Buddy is putting pressure on Max Verstappen. There is no DRS just yet. But Thunder Buddy is doing what he can to close that gap to Max Verstappen, and he's doing a good job indeed. 0.3 seconds separating those two now. Got a number of drivers all bunched up here. Roberts and Ross Wheels are battling away for P11. Thunderbody is very close to Max Verstappen. He's making his way into this corner. If we can keep the gap close, we could get a nice little slipstream down the back straight here. And the Ferrari driver still keeping close to the Mercedes and Max Verstappen. And he's got DRS as well. He's using his ERS. And he pulls out alongside the Mercedes. And he's got that overtake. And Just Tonner's getting interested as well. Just Tonner taking a dive down the hairpin. And Max Verstappen has lost 3 places in one corner, with Hans also taking an opportunity. And he's got DRS as well as Just Tonner. Thunderbody does not have DRS, but he does have a pretty decent gap there. That's why I am going a little wide there. Rick sets the fastest lap time of 1:35.5. As he's obviously battling his way back up the grid after a really unfortunate collision there with Kaz 420. Kraken's got DRS on iZombie. He's used up all of his ERS power. That is really unfortunate, as his DRS does not look like it's doing much for him, and he has a late braking. He misses his braking opportunity there, and it looks like Thunderbody has also got to move on. Just Tonner, oh, contact with Hans as he goes off the oh my god, this is unbelievable. What is Max Verstappen doing? He's facing the wrong way. Oh, unbelievable. So it looks like Just Tonner went off track and basically lost traction on the stones, and then as a result of that loss of traction coming on track, then there was a bit of contact between him and Hans. Hans is still going, however, and is ahead of Just Tonner, so it does look like hopefully that didn't cause too much damage to the Williams, and that he doesn't need to pit at this stage. Tom Tarkin now on to Just Tonner, 0.5 seconds behind. Tom Tarka will get DRS on Just Tonner. Does look a bit too far away to get a move done at this stage. But he is closing that gap a little bit. He's going to get a second attempt at it now. Oh, Max Verstappen, what's happened to him? He's gone off track completely. Straight into the barriers at the back of the hairpin there. There's no way he missed his braking point by that much. Maybe his brakes failed. Either way, we say goodbye to one of the Mercedes. It's not been a night for the Mercedes drivers. Rick was having a fantastic race there, and then he just had that unfortunate moment with Just Hunter, which was was a Cas 420, apologies, and it was just really nothing he could do. He was just a passenger in that incident. Roberts heads into the pits. Does look like the drivers have all bunched out quite a bit here. Tom Tarka is fairly close to Just Hunter. And Thunderbody is starting to catch up to Kraken, and this is what we were saying about the tyre strategy. So Kraken is on soft tyres, which by now probably are really starting to feel it. 7 lap old soft tyres versus 7 lap old hard tyres. So really Kraken probably is starting to feel a bit of pressure there in terms of the tyre wear, and you can see actually by how quickly Thunderbody is closing that gap. Thunderbody is now closing the gap to 0.5 seconds, and he does have DRS, which is helping him to close that gap a hell of a lot more. He is thinking about late braking there, and that was a really silly move from Thunderbody. The opportunity was not there, and he still goes ahead anyway. Thankfully, it did not cause much issues for Kraken as he makes his way into the pits to get those soft tyres off. He knew that they were starting to fall off a cliff, especially when you can see how quickly Thunderbody was catching up to him. But he is swapping those soft tyres for a nice fresh set of medium tyres, and he is jumping out. And let's see where he does finish up here. It does look like he is coming out behind his teammate Ross Wales, so that is Kraken up into 9th, or down in the 9th place, just behind his teammate. And actually iZombies swapped over to the soft tyres, which is a real shame because he was up in P3, and I'm not we sort of missed the stop, so I'm not sure if that was a planned stop, and he is this is a strategy that he's planning to go for the soft tyre finish and try and work his way up again in the final stages of the race, or if the hard tyres weren't working. Not exactly sure what the issue is, as Ross Wales has retired, and we've got a virtual safety car. Really unfortunate for those drivers like iZombie, who is just pitted. It would have been a lovely opportunity to get a fresh pit stop. Oh, as RKA25 is coming into the pits here. I imagine he's going for the soft tyres. This safety car absolutely can shake things up here. We do have drivers who okay, RKA25 going for the medium tyres. Dirty Chewbacca opting for the soft tyres. This is interesting. Thunderbody coming in as well. He's got 9 lap old hard tyres on. Is it mediums or is it softs? It does look like the Ferrari pit crew have got a set of softs waiting for Thunderbody. We've got loads of drivers coming into the pits there. Kraken does not need to pit because he had pitted the lap before. Where does that take him out? He is making his way back up the order there and up into P4. He thought into P5 he thought he could get the move for P4 there, but he could not. P5's very nice indeed for Kraken. Tom Tarka not pitting. Interesting strategy from the Alpine driver who now finds himself in P2. Zombie got fresh softs on. He's down in P6. The gap has closed now, so he could fight his way back up. Maybe not a podium, but he could find himself potentially in P4 maybe. See how the Alpine driver does. This safety car is absolutely going to shake things up in the final closing stages of the race. And RKA25 has found a safety car. You can see we do have about half the grid behind the safety car, but we have a couple other drivers who are looking to close that gap a little bit more. We've got Bucko in P9. He's behind his teammate Just Tonner, and he is closing up nicely there. This is where we need to understand how this safety car restart will all play out, because Tom Tarka has got hard tires with 10 laps on them, and I imagine that in terms of defending against the likes of Dirty Chewbacca and Thunderbuddy, he is going to be in a tight spot and may not be able to hold them off for very long. We'll see, but just given the fact that it's used hard tires versus fresh soft tires, I anticipate that Dirty Chewbacca and Thunderbuddy potentially will get the jump on Tom Tarka. And then the question will be, is it soft tire or the medium tire the better strategy? Because RKA25 will be on the medium tire. If he can hold off Dirty Chewbacca and Thunderbuddy for the first couple of laps after the safety car comes in, then potentially it could be the right strategy for RKA25. But the soft tire is going to be a lot quicker around this track, so it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And we have the confirmation we need. Safety car is in this lap, so whenever RKA25 crosses the line, that is lap 24. So we have, including lap 24, we have 5 laps left to go. You can see all the drivers weaving from side to side, getting their tires into that working window that they need. Dirty Chewbacca is doing a Kimi Räikkönen. He does not need to warm his tires up. He knows what he needs to do. He needs to overtake Tom Tarka. RKA25 has got the jump already. Tom Tarka a little bit slow off the mark there. And Dirty Chewbacca is already closing that gap to Tom Tarka. And he is trying to get that move. And Tom Tarka is fighting back. It is very close racing here between the Alpine and the Red Bull, but the Red Bull of Dirty Chewbacca does get the move as Thunderbuddy equally gets the move on Tom Tarka. Tom Tarka dropping down to P4, and Kraken remains in P5, but he is getting very close to the Alpine of Tom Tarka. Thunderbuddy also getting close to Dirty Chewbacca there, as Kraken does get the overtake on Tom Tarka. See, this is where the tire strategy is coming into play. This is a real disadvantage for Tom Tarka, who is on old hard tires. He is dropping down the pecking order in comparison to these guys who have got the fresh tires. His teammate on the soft tires looking to get a move done, and Tom Tarka does allow a teammate through, and he also allows the Williams of Hans through, and Tom Tarka is dropping down the pecking order quite significantly here on those old hard tires. It's a really unfortunate strategy for the Alpine driver. We do have yellow flags out. It does look like AMG Smithy has took a bit of a spin. Thunderbuddy 0.8 seconds off Dirty Chewbacca, who is 1 second off RKA 25. RKA 25 in P1, up 2 places from where he started the race. It is a very nice space for RKA 25 to be in, but he is under pressure from Dirty Chewbacca, and it is not sealed. It is not signed and delivered just yet for RKA 25. He has still got a bit of work to do in these closing stages of the race, as iZombie and Kraken are going wheel to wheel here, and iZombie does get the move on Kraken. And up into P4. Very nice for iZombie. They predict P4 for iZombie in this race. There is a 3.6 second gap between him and Thunderbuddy. Can he close that gap? We shall find out. It's going to be quite a task indeed if he wants to do that, but P4 would be a very, very nice finish for iZombie. Started the race in P4 and finished in P4. That sounds nice indeed. So let's see how he gets on, as Dirty Chewbacca is closing the gap significantly to RKA 25. Not sure if DRS has been enabled again, but Dirty Chewbacca is using his ERS. He's using it quite rapidly. He wants to keep some of that for those closing laps, because he is going to get closer to RKA 25 by the looks of things. Those soft tires working very well for Dirty Chewbacca, but like I said, RKA 25 does need to keep Dirty Chewbacca at bay for as long as he can, as DRS is enabled again. Hans into Williams having a look at Kraken. It's not close enough to get that move done just yet. And Rick's up into P8. He's working on his recovery drive. Kraken and Hans are battling it out, and Kraken still keeping very close to iZombie. He is not giving up just yet. P4 could still be on the cards for the McLaren driver, and a race win could still be on the cards for Dirty Chewbacca. He is within DRS range of RKA 25, just needs to keep that through this corner here, and he will get DRS down the back straight. Let's see what he can do, as RKA 25 going a little bit wide there, but Dirty Chewbacca was keeping it close and tight to the apex. He does have to go a bit wide to avoid losing traction. He will get DRS, but you can see RKA 25 does have a decent gap to him. Thunderbuddy also has DRS on Dirty Chewbacca. That gap is closing again with the help of DRS assistance. Dirty Chewbacca will get a second attempt at DRS assistance down the pit straight. Can he get an overtake on RKA 25? Let's find out. Oh, Dirty Chewbacca going wide there is not enough for a penalty, potentially a warning. 0.3 seconds separating the Red Bull and the Aston Martin driver. This is getting heated indeed, as the door is slightly open. It's slightly ajar, and RKA 25 keeps P1 for now, but Dirty Chewbacca is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at RKA 25, but it is just not enough at this stage. Oh, look at how close he is. It's just so close. What a battle this is. This is just 2 laps left. 2 laps. Who's going to come out on top here? Dirty Chewbacca still keeping within DRS range here. And you can see that DRS assistance come in. He's getting so close to Aston Martin. That gap is closing significantly. And Thunderbuddy is keeping the Red Bull honest as well. He is waiting for a mistake to happen so that he can just slot into that P2 position. But as it stands, Dirty Chewbacca is not making many mistakes right now. Although he does have a penalty which could impact. He's got a 3-second penalty there which could impact his finishing position. As it stands, RKA25 and Thunderbuddy do not have time penalties, so this will be crucial in the finish. It's 0.5 seconds separating Dirty Chewbacca and RKA25. Thunderbuddy 0.3 seconds off the Red Bull, and he is keeping very close indeed. This is an unbelievable battle between the top three here, and Dirty Chewbacca has done a fantastic job so far in this race. Oh, Thunderbuddy getting the move on the Red Bull. Red Bull fighting back. He's fighting back through the corner. Unbelievable from the Red Bull. And Rick has retired on the last lap, and the Red Bull does get DRS, and Thunderbuddy is really close here to the Red Bull. Late braking from the Ferrari, and the Dirty Chewbacca keeps it close to the apex, and the Red Bull is ahead going into the final corner, but he does have that 3-second penalty, and it does look like RKA25 crosses the line. P1, Thunderbuddy crosses the line in P3 but comes P2 due to a penalty, and iZombie finishes this race in P4. He does have a penalty, so Hans crosses the line. That bumps him up into P4, and iZombie drops right down to P8 as a result of penalties incurred throughout the race. Bucko crosses the final corner and finishes P11. What a fantastic finish to that race. RKA25 did a fantastic job holding off Dirty Chewbacca, who was fighting right to the very end, and Thunderbuddy equally keeping Dirty Chewbacca honest and putting a lot of pressure under that Red Bull driver. It was a fantastic end to the race. Always a hard track. Well done to our Division 2 drivers. And we will be back tomorrow for our Division 3 race here in China. Thank you.